I love Doom 2016. I love all the Doom games. I'm a big fanboy of id Software's first-person shooter franchise. Nothing can describe how amazing this game is, and you can bet that I am ready for Doom Eternal. I mean, when I saw the trailers, I lost my mind. I had to pre-order this game. This just looks so amazing, and I'm ready to raise hell on March. Now, I have to keep myself occupied while I wait for this game because I can be a little impatient. So I decided to scour the internet for some Doom mods and came across something on YouTube that caught my eye, and at first I thought it was fake. But it was a video of Doom 2016 in 1996. But it turns out this is actually a mod for Quake 1 called Slayer Testament. And it's basically, yeah, what the video described it as, Doom 2016 in 1996, even though that Quake was released in 1995, but I understand the whole point of this. And this is actually really fun. I actually thought that the mod author did a great job on converting, well, not really converting, but making Doom 2016 on the Quake engine. I didn't think it would be possible, but congrats. And while I was playing this, I was thinking, well, since it's a Quake mod, I wonder if I can actually play this on my Windows 98 machine. So I decided to get the machine out, get everything set up, turn on the machine, and of course there's going to be problems with my first idea. The Windows 98 machine was just not working, and I was thinking, well, that sucks, because I really wanted to try this with the Voodoo 3 that I have on it. So I decided to move on, and of course my trusty Windows 2000 machine worked, so I decided, hey, let's try this game on Windows 2000. But the real question is, will it work on Windows 2000? I was able to find a tutorial on the Steam forums, which I'll have that link in the description of the video, to get Slayer Testament to run on the Quake engine. However, it does require Quake Spasm, and I'm not familiar with Quake Spasm at all, but it does tell me that this mod might not work with the original Quake game. And the source port might not work on Windows 2000, but I still want to try to find a way to get it to work. So I took a look at the Quake Spasm website, and I did find that there was a 32-bit option. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that it might work, and after taking a look at the README, it did say that it was built using Visual Studio 2005, but I still had to try it out because curiosity gets the best of me. So I got everything installed, put it on a flash drive, and launched the Windows 2000 machine, and extracted everything onto the hard disk and getting everything set up. And of course, just trying it out for the first time, yeah, it doesn't work because of the kernel 32.dll. And basically, it's just the way that Windows is built. And stupid me, and I don't know why I even tried to attempt to do this, decided to go on the internet and download a kernel 32.dll. I don't know why I did this. I had to include this. I must have been really tired because there would have been no way that would solve the issue. And I think I was just thinking that maybe there was some sort of coding in it that might overwrite 32 on it. And even if you tried, you still wouldn't be able to replace the file because it's being used. Like I said, I must have been really tired or something. That was a really dumb move. The other option I can think of was to install the full version of Quake and see if maybe, just maybe, that it might run with this version of Quake. I'm not expecting a whole lot to happen. I mean, I kind of thought that maybe it might work. There might be a slight chance. And I tried it out anyways, and while I got everything set up and put the Slayer folder and changed the configuration with the bat file to run with the Quake or Quake.exe, at first I thought it worked, but yeah, what was I expecting? Although it did present the splash screen in the console for Slayer Testament, however, yeah, I kind of thought so it wasn't going to work with the full version of Quake. And the last thing I could think of was to update it to see if maybe that might have made some slight changes for it to work. However, while I was doing that, there was something that caught my attention within the Slayer folder. There was another executable. I didn't know what this was, and I just figured, okay, well, let's try running it with this executable and see if it works. At first, I'm thinking that this is probably a developer type of program where it lists out like all the codes and everything that's happening within the console. And I decided to try it out, and okay, well, we're getting somewhere. It's telling me there's some errors or some unknown commands. I try hitting the space bar and, well, oh wait, something's happening. Wait. No way! It worked! Holy cow! I really thought that this wasn't going to work at all, but I managed to get this working on Windows 2000. Okay, let me just change a couple of settings, make it more period correct, and here we are. And it's working. I can't say that the performance is nice. It's not running on 60 frames per second, but it is playable. And of course I am dying a lot because I am using a PS2 mouse, you know, the ones with the little connector and that ball that controls the mouse. Yeah, it wasn't easy to play this game with that. So I kind of decided to turn on God mode. It made it a little bit more easier to kind of go through the levels even though I'm cheating. But trust me, I've played this without using any sort of cheat codes on my modern Windows machine. And this is where the point where the performance, oh my god, just went down. I think I might have been playing on like 5 FPS, but when I look the other way, it's just fine. Yeah, that's what I was kind of expecting for a mod like this. I was prepared for Windows to kind of scream at me in terms of performance, and I'm glad that I turn on God mode for this, because otherwise I wouldn't get to the part where I had to fight the Cyber Demon. And the Cyber Demon was really fun and definitely can look like a challenge if I wasn't using God mode, of course. But other than that, after beating the game, yeah, it just says, you know, thank you for playing this mod, you know, support him. And yeah, I definitely do support his work. I felt like this is a really great mod, but most importantly, it actually runs on Windows 2000. I wasn't too sure again what that executable was, but it got the job done. It did what it needed to do, was to play this mod on Windows 2000. And of course, you could play the original levels for Quake with the Slayer Testament mod. I couldn't get the give all command cheat code to work to give me all the weapons, assuming that maybe the scripting of it was different for the weapons and ammo. And I did notice that there were some places where the gun should be and the ammo should be that weren't there. But other than that, it was still fun messing around in the original levels with the Doom weapons and the enemies. Alright, and that wraps it up for today's video. There are other maps that you can try if you change the bat file with the map name accordingly to the file name. I couldn't get it to work with Windows 2000, but I kind of expected that. But the whole point of the video was to get a modernized mod to work on a older Windows operating system, even though that there were performance issues and it was kind of a pain to get it to work. But managing it and kind of working around the system, I was able to, which I am happy for that. But otherwise, give it a thumbs up if you like the video. You know, subscribe to the channel if you want to see some weird ways of getting mods to work on an older operating system. And I will catch you guys on the next video.